Hello, welcome to the House of the Spirit. Welcome home. Today we're going to start things a little bit differently. I am going to set up the piles with you and see where it goes. I'm just asking for guidance and inspiration from Spirit and keeping things open. So I'm going to start by shuffling a little bit. I've pre-shuffled all the decks, of course, but I will get a card for, wow, very assertive card, Knight of Spirals, and this is the Knight of Wands with the Corsair. Very interesting, adventurous energy. Okay, so this is the deck for pile number 1. Pile number 2, okay. 6 of Wands. And now for pile number 3, let's get you your card. Okay, this one. 9 of Swords. Okay. So yeah, I'll put all the decks here so you can also see them. Now we're going to choose the zodiac signs. I'm not looking, I'm just shuffling the zodiac signs for the first pile. Aquarius, Aries, Libra, and Virgo. Okay, so for the second pile, Taurus, Capricorn, Sagittarius, and Pisces. So now all the signs go to the last pile. We have Gemini, Cancer, Leo, and Scorpio. Okay, beautiful. So these are the decks for each pile. And now I will give you a moment for you to choose your pile using the cards, the decks, the zodiac signs, or just your intuition. I will see you in your reading. Pile number 1, your card is the Corsair, the Knight of Spirals or Knight of Wands. So immediately I felt like this was a call to adventure. Maybe you have someone in your life who is wanting you to go with them on an adventure, or there's a part of you who longs for this. Because we have the bird, I always think about messengers and messages when I see birds. Sorry, it's like their song. There's something special about the words, the song, the music, the sound they make. So treasure is waiting for you somewhere. It can be an experience, it can be a person, it can be a part of you. Okay, so guidance and wisdom for pile number 1. Okay, let's see, what do we have? We have the twins. The twins is a very special relationship or an entanglement. and the artificer, the creation, the spark of creation, creativity, new ideas, innovation. I think I'll start with the zodiacs. Yeah. Okay. So what else do we have for pile number 1? Okay. Jupiter in Virgo with patience. Venus in Virgo with discrimination. We also have Virgo in the pile, so there's a lot of Virgo energy. Mercury in Aquarius with originality. We also have Aquarius, so interesting. And the moon in Taurus with exaltation. Mercury in Leo with drama. Right. Okay. So let's get some mystical Kipper cards too. Okay. What do we have for pile number 1? Yeah. So we have theft. And when I saw this card, I was going to say moon. So maybe this is related to the moon. Okay. We have great happiness and a little child. Right. They're kind of similar, like the energy of the cornucopia of abundance. It's like that maiden energy of the Virgo. Patience and drama. So I feel like this is about a connection in your life. It seems like it's someone with whom you are creating something with. Maybe you're working with this person, or there's this very special creative connection between you two. Because of the Corsair, I feel like the connection is very irrational. It's very intuitive, very spontaneous, very, it can have kind of like bursts, small bursts of drama. But it feels like it's going to last. It's something that will last, and it's something that you should take care of somehow. This person might be a little bit more immature than you, but there's this empathy, natural empathy, but it's very childish in a way. I feel like what you're doing is helping this person somehow. There's a sort of a mysterious energy that connects you, and at the same time creates a lot of friction. So I feel like there's a learning experience here. There's a lesson in this. There's a lesson, a life lesson in this relationship for both. You are a part of the same learning team, let's say. So it's like you're on the same class. You're taking the same spiritual class. Maybe you're not learning the same lesson, but you're both learning a lesson together in the same class. And I feel like this theft energy here that has something to do with the Corsair. It takes you somewhere. It takes this somewhere. It's interesting that I'm not sensing the theft here as something particularly nasty or evil with ill intention. I'm going to investigate. So, okay. Five of Scrolls. Or Five of Swords. Five of Swords. I feel like this interaction is so much more special than you realize at the moment. And I'm saying this because I feel like they will help you put something to rest, or they will help you change the weight of a situation, the result of a situation that's very close to your heart. And they will help you in a very strange way. They'll help you just because you're on the same class. It's not because they have the same objective or they have exactly the same ideas as you do. But somehow you collaborate. It's like somehow you collaborate. It's a very strange connection. It can be uncomfortable at times. I feel like there's drama. You have to be patient. Like, yeah, this person, is very annoying, or they have this annoying way of doing things. But then they have this kind of captivating way. Also, they're kind of fascinating, but in the same way, there's something repulsive. There's something annoying. But I feel like you are going to, sorry, there's a lot of, there's so many people that are sick around me. I think I'm getting something. I hope not. But everyone's sick, so sorry for the coughing. It's just the season. So bear with me. So it's like you're teaming up to do some kind of like mischievous thing, and you're achieving goals together. And they don't even seem like they're exactly the same goals. It's like they can take something out of this situation, and you take whatever you want out of the situation. It's a very odd collaboration, very strange, very unlikely. An unlikely collaboration. Five of Stones. There you go. Like there's loss, there's defeat, there's loss of access to resources, or loss of access to something. And I feel like maybe this is what unites you together. It's like you are both somehow unfairly treated, and you're like, okay, we're so different, we have different objectives, but this we have in common. So we can team up, although it might be strange and annoying and unlikely. Three of Spirals. It moves the energy. It moves the energy where it wasn't moving. To take care of this. Take care of this. Okay. There you go. Two of Mirrors. This is the Two of Cups. So the Three of Spirals is the Three of Wands. So yeah, you're going to collaborate. Okay. The Companion. King of Spirals. Now that I see this, I'm not even so sure that it's not going to turn into something romantic. Like the potential for it being romantic or turning into something romantic. It's there. So, okay. We have for, okay. Ariadne. Death card. Interesting. The thread of Ariadne takes you out of the labyrinth. This person is going to transform your life, and you are also going to transform theirs. And with the death card, it really opens the possibility of romantic, passionate. So maybe this reading is also kind of alerting you to to a possibility, a relationship that has no romance in it might turn into something romantic, has the potential. And I see you like doing something mischievous together, like being mischievous, doing something that it's out of character for both of you, but it's exciting and different. So that's when I saw theft, I saw it's like this person steals your heart or steals your time. They steal your time, and you feel like they're stealing. You can feel like they're stealing the time that you had for other things. But it's a good thing. It's exalted. It's about the moon. It's not about the lack of. It's about the moon. What they're stealing is good. That's what I'm getting. Okay. The minstrel, King of Stones. Maybe this person has a dog. They can be particularly inclined for music. Maybe they have a talent for music. There's a lot of elements here related to music. The King of Spirals and the King of Pentacles. The Poet, King of Scrolls. A lot of kings here. But I feel like this is related to this entanglement. So this person might represent, it's like the energy of the emperor that condenses all of the kings. So I feel like these are different aspects of the same person, not different people. King of Scrolls. So this is the king, the poet, the king of swords. The sun. Ace of Cups, Ace of Mirrors, the Celtic Owl, the Hanged Man, the Six of Cups, beautiful, Six of Mirrors, and maybe this one. The Ace of Spirals. So I feel like this is telling you to wait for the right opportunity, to be patient with this person, because it seems like patience pays off with this person. Gentleness, patience, having a very an open mind, and also to respect the spiritual aspect of this whole evolution of the relationship itself, and to seize opportunities, to be very mindful of timing when speaking with this person. There might be this kind of provocative energy to this, like taunting, but there has to be detachment and levity, playfulness about it, but also assertiveness at the right time, like straight to the point, but at the right time, because it is a transformative it is a transformative relationship. It's not there yet. The spark was lit. It's the connection is there, and I feel like it has been for a long time. But now you need to be patient so that the transformation is complete. There's going to be a complete transformation. When I see this card, it feels a lot like springtime. It's so abundant and lush, all the fruits and or summer, spring, summer. I feel like you should start planning something for that time that opens the door to the evolution of this relationship at that time. Something can happen at that time. If this is not romantic, your collaboration has something special happening in springtime to summer. So like the transition from springtime to summer, there's still a lot of lush vegetation and fruits. So I would say around May, June, you should prepare for that time. Something needs preparation with a lot of love and care, with respect, attention to detail. Focus on that love, on that dedication, because this entanglement is going to bear fruit. It's going to show you something that you will love, that brings you a lot of warmth. And I feel like the focus on that and the work you do with that, in that evolution, in the creation of that moment, whatever it may be the moment where you present your creative product, whatever is the product of this relationship, that process of creation, the whole process is a part of the transformation. A transformation needs to occur so that you receive this blessing, and that this person has to get ready also. So you're getting something that you're both of you are missing, or it was taken from you. It might be companionship, success, some kind of creation, like the opportunity to create, to work for something that you really love. But there is some kind of annoying energy about this. So maybe you're impatient because things are not evolving. Maybe communication isn't too good at the moment. There's some kind of interference maybe in the lives. Maybe it's just a chaotic energy in general, because with the Corsair, I feel like most of the people at the moment in the collective are experiencing some kind of chaotic energy. And in most of the cases that I'm experiencing, it's not very subtle. It's not very small. It's not a small thing. It's really, it can be one kind of chaos, like a specific kind of chaos that is different from the other person, but still it seems like it's big. It seems like it's interfering with a lot of areas of your life. And I feel like it's much more, it's a general thing. But in this case, it might manifest as a communication breakdown, as not getting the point across very easily, not being able to manage the priorities very well because things keep changing, and you're kind of like in this emergency mode, kind of trying to address all the different, stopping the different fires, let's say, like trying to stop wildfire, but it feels like trying to stop the waves of the ocean. It's very tiring. It's much more tiring than it is productive. That's how I feel at the moment. Also in the collective, it's very hard to understand what is the problem, let alone find the right answer. So managing that, being patient with that, and allowing for allowing for so your understanding of what's happening needs to be more original. So in order for that to happen, there's some kind of release that needs to take place. And it might be expectations, it might be just trying to fit things into neat little boxes, because I feel like the boxes themselves are changing. So you can kind of like scrap that and start over, because the structure is being rebuilt. So maybe to also take this opportunity to take stock and to reinvent parts of yourself, because it's a very creative endeavor and it's very transformative. It needs each one of the characters and the energies that are involved needs transformation. So it takes a little bit of time. You have to be patient. But the signs are there, and I am talking to people who have some kind of relationship in their horizon that has a lot of potential, and maybe it's a bit confusing right now, but it's going to get there. It's going to get to the point when it matures and it becomes very abundant. With patience. And also surrender and acceptance, because there are some things that might be difficult at the moment to accept, but with time, both you and the other person will be able to accept. And then you will start stealing the good moments from other stuff, from the chaos. Maybe you will be together stealing joy and pleasure and enjoyment and love from the chaos around you. It seems like, it sounds like fun. Sounds like you're going to have a lot of fun with this person after this transformation. Okay, thank you so much for this. If you also enjoyed it, don't forget to hit the like button and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Also, memberships are live, so you might want to check them out. And I'm also available for personal readings at the moment. You can find my email in the description box. And I hope to see you again very soon. Bye. Pile number 2. Here we have the 6 of Wands for you. And the 6 of Wands, or 6 of Staves, is about triumph, victory, success. So a lot of things can come out of this. I see something about talent also, specific talents that you have, skills that take you somewhere, they take you far. But let's see what else comes up for you. So we'll start, actually I'll start with this one, with the Moon Oracle. Okay, so what do we have for pile number 2? Okay, these two. We have Ishtar, the Palace, the 3rd moon mansion, abundance, success, enjoying the exuberance, enjoying life, enjoying what life has to give. Interesting. And the 4th moon mansion with the stone. There's something similar here with the buildings. Maybe this is something to do with the building or something that you're building. Success in that. The stone is about ancient writings too. So ancient documents or old things. Okay. You have the Black Moon in Earth, dormant stage with economy. And this is the waning gibbous moon, decreasing in fire, fruit stage with confidence. Fruits, the fruits of your labor, economy. I feel like this has something to do with material gain, some kind of a material gain. I think the cards are already telling you to try something different, to be creative, to use your resources, to experiment also, to not be too rigid. There's something here about having the confidence to enjoy something, to have fun with something. Not everything is written in stone. There are things that we can trust that have been here for a long time, ancient structures, and these are like the sound infrastructures that you have to work with. But with the 6 of Wands, I feel like you can triumph over something, like you can experiment. You can use your talents to try something different. So actually I'm going to get a few mystical Kipper cards first. Okay. Very straight to the point. So you have a long way. Gloomy thoughts. Prison. And grief and adversity. So I feel like your thoughts are just going around in circles, and actually you have the resources to win. It doesn't make sense, these two stories, that they're not connected. There's a disconnect here somewhere. Adaptability, that's Ishtar also. So Moon in Gemini with adaptability. You have to change something. You have to adapt to something. Mars in Aries with impulsiveness. Saturn in Virgo with isolation. Mercury in Libra with influence. And Moon in Cancer with friendship. It's like you can't tell friend from foe. You're suspicious. I feel like you're dealing with some kind of inner growth, like psychologically you're suffering, but in reality everything seems to be quite okay, and you have the talent and the resources, inner and outer, to change your situation, but somehow you're kind of stuck in your own thoughts. It seems like you're going around in circles. I do feel like it doesn't match at all. It's like there's this complete disconnect between what's going on in your mind and what's going on in reality. So it's like you can't tell, right, what to do, friend from foe. And I feel like you do have to do something about this. Okay, the tarot will have to show us. Okay, the Star. Hope. There's still hope. You want to know that there's still hope? What gives you hope? Your dreams, your aspirations. What gives you hope? Seven of Swords. It's like I can't tell. I can't tell what's right from wrong. I can't tell friend from foe. Three of Pentacles. Is this what I have to work with? What can I do with this? I can't do anything, but it's not true. Ten of Pentacles. That's the objective, right? That's Ten of Pentacles. To use this to transcend, to take this to another level. Take this to another level. Nine of Swords. And Nine of Pentacles. I see a possible reassessment of what want from life. Your objectives might change. You're going to achieve them. It is also a great victory for your spiritual path. This evolution there's a kind of, I transcend the objectives that I previously had because they make no sense for me anymore. I want, and actually maybe what you want is much more accessible than you think. I see you wanting different things, like I don't want that anymore. I thought that was the way, but I think that I'm going to change that, and I'm going to achieve different things. I'm going to change the way I also go about achieving what I want. 7 of Cups. Nine of Cups. You don't seem confused anymore. I see that some kind of transformation already happened in the subconscious mind. You have made your choice already. Death. There's transformation. Transformation is already complete, and now you need to, yeah, that's why there's this disconnect between the mind and reality. I feel like now you have to put into practice something that already changed, and maybe you were kind of suspicious about it or confused or not really sure of, did this really happen? Am I dreaming? Am I sure that this is solid? And I think that you're going to realize that you're completely different. You're a completely transformed person. Something completely transformed you, and now you can allow yourself to pursue different things because you're just so different. And it's very confusing to stay in that past mode of being, to stay stuck in those patterns of behavior, and especially patterns in relationships. I feel like they confuse you. Now you can trust that what happened really happened, what it's solid and it's true. It's deep, it's true. It's real. It's for real. Okay. Temperance. I feel like taking stock of what happened. It's like maybe writing down what happened in the past few months or in the last year, maybe, because we are now, this is a timeless reading, but we are on the threshold of the new year. So a new cycle, although it's not the same cycle for everyone, of course. It's not always in the new year that people consider that this new cycle is beginning. It's different for everyone, and it's different for a lot of cultures, but it is a symbol in a way. So maybe taking stock of what happened. How did it transform you? How did it get you here? What are you now? Who are you now? What brought you here? What changed? Okay. The Chariot. And the 5 of Wands. I feel like you have to battle something. You have to be confident to battle something or someone or a group of people or a situation. Because you will be victorious if you have this confidence, if you know what brought you here, if you're sure of yourself. You can also destroy those thoughts that are annoying you with, they're amplifying the disconnection between the real and your mind. What you think you are, what you think you wanted. Something is driving a wedge between what you are and what you think. What you think you are, what you think of life, what you think you want. There's something in between that's causing this like barrier of, it's like a barrier of inflammation or something. You need to break it down. And you break it down with confidence, with being sure of who you are, of where you are, and where you are in life. And I feel like taking stock is very important right now, to sit a bit and to just write down or to review, to talk to someone, to understand the path. Understand your path, to understand what's ahead of you. Because I think that your ambitions, your dreams, your wants, they changed. You need to change also. And I think you're kind of stuck in this routine. So now it's time to maybe even revive relationships. There are some relationships that you kind of lost track of, or you were isolated from them. I think you want to revive those. You want to understand what happened. It will happen naturally if you understand where you are and why you chose to be here. So looking back and understanding what got you here. Because I feel like there's a lot of even financial success, material success. It seems like you're very blessed in that sense, like you have a lot of potential for success. Especially in the material world. But not only that, also spiritual. But the disconnect between the thoughts and what's happening is what's giving you this kind of round and round spiraling thoughts. And they will dissipate really easily. It's really easy to do this if you really allow this transformation to be final, to be definitive, let's say, to define you. Yeah, allow this transformation to define you, defend it, to be confident about it. But you need to teach yourself in a way how to be this new person. I don't think that it's completely intuitive. It needs to be like the Temperance card, something that you slowly and surely integrate into your reality. It's not something that's you just snap your fingers. It can be a little bit gradual, although I don't think it's that slow. It's not going to take like a year. No, it's much faster than that, maybe even under a month for some of you. It depends on how much space do you have for this transformation in your daily life? How much of your attention can you give it? Because I think that it's more about the consistent work and not so much about, I'm going to do this all at once. It's more gradual and consistent that matters here. Okay. I feel like it's that. This is the message. Beautiful. Thank you so much for this. If you also enjoyed it, Don't forget to hit the like button and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Memberships are live, so you might want to check them out. I'm also available for personal readings at the moment. You can find my email in the description, and I hope to see you again very soon. Bye. Pile number 3. Let's talk about something that is worrying you. So something that's on your mind, but maybe it's just on your mind. It might be something of the mind exclusively. So, okay, let's see. What do we have for pile number 3? Okay, is that all? Yeah. So we start with the green woman. Sorry for that. We have Iris of the Rainbows and the Singer of Initiation. So I guess I'll get the Mystical Kipper before I see anything. So what do we have for pile number 3? That's a lot of cards. Let's see if we can get something more to the point. Okay, maybe it's hard to get to the point. See, the cards are much less clear. Something isn't clear enough for you. Okay. Very difficult to get the cards out. Strange. We have the Theft card. Okay. Sad News. Oh, that's interesting. It just got stuck and it flew. High Honors. Got stuck and then it flew. Grief and Adversity. Such a strange energy here. It's not that it's good or bad. It's that it's a bit muddied or confused. It's incomplete. It seems like it's incomplete. Incomplete information, incomplete message, a message that is incomplete. Mercury in Capricorn with organization. Jupiter in Sagittarius with principle. Mars in Gemini with decision. Sun in Capricorn with achievement. Sun in Aquarius with idealism. And Venus in Capricorn with convention. Something worries you. Something worries you, and I can't understand what it is about specifically. But what's going to happen is that this is a storm that's going to pass. Something new is going to begin afterwards. it's like what's going to start afterwards can be, it can feel like a new life, or it can feel like this new chapter is heavier. So you have two choices. You have a decision to make. And yeah, so maybe this is what worries you. It's like what I decide now is going to change how the next chapter of my life is going to develop. And okay, so you have a big decision to make. The decision that you are going to make can give you a lot of options. It can give you a lot of new avenues in life. It can open the path to what is your dream, what you want to grow, what you want to expand in your life. But it can also open the door for something stuck, something that is keeping you stuck, something that wants to keep you stuck. You have a decision to make. You're worried because you have a decision to make. This new chapter is this. So you can decide to bring something from the past to this new chapter, or you can leave it there. And I think that it's better if you really transform, if you really start something completely new, a clean slate, because if you don't, it seems like it's going to extend the suffering. It's like it's going to extend it's going to prolong the suffering. Okay. The moon. Sorry about the focus. Is it okay? More or less. So the moon with Diana. Ace of Cups. And Ukemochi with transformation. This is the death card. This is the initiation. Okay, so there's fear, there's anxiety, yes. You're also eager to change. You're eager to change your life. Two of Cups. And the Prince of Staves. Someone enters your life after this transformation. I feel like that's the objective actually of Spirit here, is to clear the path for this encounter. But it's going to kind of like hit you right in the feels. That's how I'm sensing this. It's really, it's like you can cry, like happy cry and sad cry. You're still going to cry. There's a lot of emotions here. And how you decide, not how, what you decide. What you decide is really what you decide, and it's like prolonging the decision or prolonging the time is not helping. There's going to also be kind of this interaction between this very conventional way of doing things and also your own ideas. It might shock, there might be a shock there might be some kind of clash. And it's also maybe there's the potential there for more anxiety, or that can be the source of the anxiety also. Like, I'm doing something that's unconventional and I know I'm going to face opposition, or I'm going to be seen in a different light. But it's going to be a great transformation that opens the path to something new in your life. So you might be suffering with the pain of past relationships, for instance, and you're clearing that away. And it's difficult. It's a difficult process to realize that you can have so much more than what you had. It's like you need to mourn something there. You need to forgive yourself for accepting things that weren't exactly matching your potential. There's a lot of forgiveness, self-forgiveness that needs to happen here. It is an initiation of life because it's transformation from, it is a threshold moment, but I feel like there's also some kind of self-initiation. You need to, like, I stick to what I believe. I stick to my principles. I know I can achieve what I had in mind. I know it's possible. I've seen it, I've lived it, and I deserve it. And there's this kind of painful realization also attached to that maybe, although you know that it's possible, you have lived through a lot of things that were very far from what you think is possible, and you have accepted them at some time in your life. There's this mourning. 6 of Pentacles, 9 of Cups, and the 8 of Pentacles. You can do this. You know it's possible. You know we can do it. It's a lot of work. It's a lot. There might be some sacrifice, some things that need to be sacrificed, some things that you need to mourn, like things weren't really as good as you thought, or you went through things that you didn't really want to face up until now, but now you have to kind of say goodbye to something so that you can say hello to this new relationship, or this new connection, or this new way for you, this new way of doing things, of doing the relationship thing, or other things, of creating, of seeing yourself in your life, seeing yourself achieving what you want. Seven of Cups, the decision. Princess of Cups, and the 10 of Pentacles. I think that this has something to do with you choosing to not fight, choosing to accept what happened to you, and choosing the right path because of that. Not because it's the same, but because it's different. So what I feel like is happening here is like you're experiencing this very sharp contrast between what you know is possible, or what your intuition, what your gut tells you it's possible, and what you have had up until now. And in order for you to grow, you need to release the person that accepted less. And there's kind of a goodbye here. There is a goodbye. That feeling of goodbye, of mourning, is like, it feels like crying. I feel like crying, but in a sense, it's happy cry. Like, cry for the happiness of letting go. Letting the person go that accepted less, that accepted things that weren't healthy, that weren't enough. So there's a decision that needs to be made that will help you rejoin the world and to put something into practice, something that needs to be assessed for practicality, if it can be materialized, if it can be real. And this assessment is also helped by someone, a connection. It's aided. But you need to say goodbye. There's mourning here, there's transformation. You need to say goodbye to all the things that could not be, so that this can be. And it's also a way of honoring yourself, especially your creative potential, because I feel like your imagination and the potential for manifestation, for materialization, needs a partnership. It can be more well directed and purposeful and clear if it is done in partnership. And I feel like you have to mourn past partnerships that failed, maybe, or insecurities that were stopping you from reaching out. You have to take care of that relationship, or opening the path towards that relationship, so that you allow growth and expansion. If this is not a relationship, if it's a part of yourself, I feel like it's the part where you keep the passion alive for what works, because what doesn't work needs to be mourned and you need to move on. It doesn't mean that you discard everything. So in all steps of the way, you can't throw the baby away with the bathwater. There needs to be some kind of criteria, and I feel like hashing it out with someone, like talking to someone, is very helpful with that, because it's a way to kind of separate the wheat from the chaff. But you do need to throw out things that are not working. You need to go through this selection process, and the Seven of Cups here comes to tell you, just get it done so that you can join, so that you can be here and you can be using your skills, because you need to work on your skills in creating this path of expansion. I feel like it's the waiting for something to be resolved that creates this anxiety, because it's like this feeling of helplessness starts to sink in, and I don't think that that's helpful in any way. You need to move on with the iris of the rainbow. It's like the storm is gone and you're still in this, maybe this mode of kind of fighting something, or to be confused by what hasn't worked, like, but that doesn't work. How am I going to move forward with this? And I feel like you just have to say goodbye to a lot of things. Like, there's a lot of useless clutter. Organization. Get organized. Decide, like, this is going, this is staying, this is going, this is staying. And this is more like the emotional, the mind. Of course, doing decluttering at home is a great metaphor. It's a great ritual to do it in your mind and your body and in your soul, in your emotional body as well. So it might be helpful for you, but that's not the main focus here. I feel like the main focus is to declutter the emotional and the mental, so that then you can manifest other things in the material, because I feel like there are great developments there, there are great advances there that are happening, and I don't think you're kind of paying attention because you're confused by something else. This is going to be some very serious shedding of the past here. I also think that if there's some kind of injustice, like if there's something that was stolen from you that you think that is unfair, that there's a kind of like, out of principle, I have to decide to chase this, to make this right. I feel like you have to pave the way for that injustice to be resolved. Something needs to happen in reality, in the real world. And I think that it's an achievement. It's a great achievement. A great coming to reality of an idea, concretization. So you need to apply skills, and you need to decide things. You need to make very bold, strong decisions, to take a stand, to be very strong, persistent and strong, to work with your skills, to work with this, to transform the situation. But this will require some very serious evaluation of what has been, because I don't think that there are a lot of things that can't continue as such. So relationships might become a thing of the past. Some relationships, some connections, and even things that you do. You need to say goodbye to something and some things. You need to let them go to open the way to this new endeavor, new relationship, this new part of yourself that needs to exist. It needs space to exist, to be fulfilled, to fulfill its purpose. So get organized, make decisions, take stands, take a stand for things that you believe in, especially for things that you think are unfair, that were done to you, that was stolen from you, or from people that you love. Make room for your expansion. You have to make room for it. You have to let go of a lot of things and say goodbye to parts of you that were allowing certain things to happen. More sensitive parts of you that maybe need to be strengthened with resolve, with courage, and also with a very pragmatic attitude, very, very down-to-earth, pragmatic, skillful, sustainable work. There's something else that's changing that I think I should talk about. It has to do with this process of initiation, self-initiation. I think that one thing is very certain here, and it's very important, is that you are going to convince yourself, and you are the one who's going to decide. There's a lot of taking responsibility here too. So the purpose of this is also to understand how to self-transform, not only to be transformed by what happens around you, but also to take the decision to transform yourself and to take that responsibility for yourself and to be accountable to yourself, because this is about self-empowerment and giving up on those feelings of helplessness, of desperation, because I feel like life is telling you that you have a lot of power, but you have to take responsibility for it so that it can also move through your actions and be crystallized in your reality around you, so that it can then mirror back something beautiful to you, especially in terms of achievement. Okay. Beautiful. Thank you so much for this. If you also enjoyed it, don't forget to hit the like button and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Memberships are already live, so you might want to check them out. And I'm also available for personal readings at the moment. You can find my email in the description. And I hope to see you again very soon.